We got to talk about Scarface. This is Flow Decoded YJ. And we got to talk about Scarface, man. We cannot do this without talking about Scarface. I just wanted to say that. Let's go.
When people look at me, I know it's plain to see that I am not the problem, yet they blaming me. It's bad enough the homies wanna squeeze my blood, but I got to watch these cops, they've been killing us.
Yeah. This is Scarface we talking about. This is the guy. Some call him the king of the South. Hey, this man done put in work. When you talk about legend status, you talk about Scarface, there's no way he cannot be in that category. Let's just get that out the way. 1991, first album, Mr. Scarface is back, first solo album. Went from there. Just personally, I'm not going to run his whole catalog down, but personally, The Diary, Untouchable, Last of a Dying Breed, Made, Emeritus, and Deeply Rooted. Those are my favorite ones. But we're going to get back. With Face, it's the voice. It's the voice for me, man, with Face, man. When it comes down to it, it's like he has a way of like pulling you in with his words, not by just the words, but how he says it. Like, that's a very powerful aspect when it comes to delivering a message, delivering anything. You could be talking about Face could be talking about anything. He could be talking about riding down the street. He could be talking about reading a newspaper, and he gonna pull you in. And that's a very powerful trait to have. You know, this is Flow Decoded. We talk about different cadences. We talk about double entendres, metaphor. We talk about all that on this show. But there's certain things that are intangibles. Like when it comes down to the cadence and delivering a message and pulling somebody into your words. So as opposed to Flow Decoded, this may be more like, how could I put it? This could be more like a feeling decoded. Like that's terrible. That was terrible. I know that was terrible. But y'all get what I'm saying when it's like it's a feeling more than just being super technical. He got that slow flow. He's not gonna change his flow. He might, and I change his ball. He might chop it up a little bit, but he's not going. It's not about how many words he can say. It's not about how fast. It's not about how technical. It has nothing to do with that. There's many ways to skin this cat that we call hip hop, and Face takes a whole nother. It's a whole nother aspect of doing it when you look at a rapper like I did Flow Decoded, Daylight, and then you listen to Scarface at the same time. But that's, you know, when you listen to hip hop, you love hip hop. Matter of fact, hit that like button for hip hop one time. But whenever you are a fan of this culture, I'm not even gonna call it a genre. When you're a fan of this culture, you can appreciate different aspects of it in different ways that it is delivered, and Scarface definitely has a different way of delivering said hip-hop.
See it in the news on every other day. Another brother dead, but they look the other way.
That's what I mean with, like, he can, but it look the other way. And I talked about breath control on the Freddie Gibbs one. When you slow flow, the breath control is really less of a character trait, but it's more emphasis and inflection when you slow flow. If you slow flow with this type of inflection,
brother dead, but they look the other way. I blame it on the time that you spent locked down for a crime you ain't commit. You was innocent. Can't wait to lock you up and throw away the key. I'll kill you like a dog off in these fucking streets. I wonder why they fearing our Black Planet. But I'm still standing here cause I am that planet. Rooted in these motherfucking streets. You may have scared my mom, but you ain't scaring me. We the people stand.
You may have scared your mama, you ain't scaring me. You hear that breath, you hear that inflection, you hear what he's trying to do, because he's telling a story right now. He's talking about Black America. He's talking about things that I like to hear about when it comes to people label. Look, you can put Scarface in a conscious rapper box all you want. This is hip hop. At the end of the day, this is hip hop.
And it's one white or black, or Mexican American, that's fact. It's just where I'm at, white or black, or Mexican American, that's fact. Me. You may have scared my mom, but you ain't scaring me. We the people stand as one white or black, or Mexican American, that's fact. It's just where I'm at. It's revolution.
Let's go. Let's go, man. You know, and it's some damn near new shit. Let's listen to this second verse.
I don't expect protection from a Jeffrey Sessions. The Klan is still alive, using that very weapon. Rewrite the Constitution you was using. Stop making up excuses, I am only human. A black man way better than any racist motherfucker.
And I notice with Face, he does this a lot when it comes to his beat and his beat selection. He plays off the beat a lot. And you will really, when I really peeped this was the Emeritus album, when he had more bass heavy. He started to get more bass heavy later on in his career. Like this thing bumps. If you got you a 12 subwoofer in your trunk and you listen, it bumps. Now, if you go back to the Untouchable days, there's going to be some songs that bump. But this is a bass heavy production. And one thing about it, when you hear that beat go, well, he never really raps over that part. And I notice he does that a lot of the times. Whenever it's a part of the beat that stands out, he doesn't clash with that part really ever in his song. That wow.
Out there think he better than me, cause I got knowledge of myself. I'm just trying to teach that knowledge to somebody else. Y'all, they got a target on our babies. That's been heavy on my mind.
Every time y'all hear, wow, he's letting that breathe. And ultimately, he could have been saying something that was crazy right there, but he chose to just stop and let that part of the beat breathe. And this goes back to kind of like the overall soundscape of a song. Whenever you think about the production with the beat, having a wherewithal to sit back and say, I like that part. That's very catchy, because wow. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. You know, that bass guitar and you know, Scarface from Houston, Texas, you talk about country rap tunes and all that. You talk about Southern, deeply rooted. This is called deeply rooted Southern music. You will get that heavy doom, 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 doom. You will get that bass guitar that we love to hear down in the South. And I think that there's something to be said about that, having the awareness to not just rap over the beat, and whatever part of the beat is playing, you rapping however you want to. You kind of looking at, you know, what the beat is doing and feeding back and forth off of that, and that's what he does throughout this whole song, basically.
Mine as a lady, it's crazy. You send your kids off to college, and then you get that phone call that's telling you somebody shot it. Wow, it's life or death right now. I'm just trying to catch my breath right now. Every time I leave the house, I'm strapped. I tried to walk away, but I'm back. That's just where I'm at. It's revolution.
Yeah. Face. And this, the crazy part, I knew I was gonna do Scarface. When I started this series, I knew I was gonna do Scarface. And the hardest part about it was trying to pick a song that wasn't, you know, I didn't want to pick the Smile with Pac, and you know, and I got a Tupac flow Decoded coming. It's just whenever you got these artists like this, it's hard to kind of figure out what song you want to make the example of, and along with the song comes what things I want to point out. So I'll listen to the song 3 or 4 times throughout the day, and little things that I pick up on will be the things that I touch on in these flow decoders. But I try to keep them about 10 minutes. Hopefully y'all still here. If y'all still are, then hit that like button for hip hop, man. YJ, I'm up out of here. You are,